So I learned to cook from meal kits, and I have tried every meal kit out there. And my favorite is absolutely Martha Stewart's Marley Spoon. It's my favorite because they deliver high quality seasonal ingredients with tons of different recipe options every week. So you get variety, flexibility, and seriously good food. So whether you want a one-pan, one-step meal or a chef-recommended dish with unique ingredients, Marley Spoon has you covered. Or if you're a picky eater, they also have like kid-friendly meals. Or, if you have kids. Either way, here's the best part. I've got a deal for you. Use promo code Megan25 to get up to $250 off your first 5 boxes, plus free shipping on your first box. So go to marleyspoon.com, order your boxes, put in promo code Megan25, and try it out. You will thank me.
Hello. Welcome to Kill a Bottle Podcast. Eddie Zamora, a.k.a. the Yum Yum Foodie, and the lovely post-St. Patty's Day, Megan Elizabeth. Hi, Megan. How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, you sound good. You said you're sick, but you sound good.
I was trying to figure out reactions on here while you were messing with your computer, and I don't understand.
Oh.
I still don't. I thought, raise hand. No, I don't want that. Lower hand.
No, we're not in a meeting. You don't have to ask
Thumbs
questions.
up.
Thumbs up. I like that. I can see the
Clap.
thumbs up. That's great.
I thought there was like something you can do, and it does hand motions. It's fine. It's fine.
Know.
This is a podcast.
I thought sometimes if you start clapping, it'll start confetti will start popping up on the screen and all that.
I
shit.
look like an idiot.
I just wanted to
I
see
look
you
like a seal.
clap like a seal.
Wow.
All right. It is Kill the Bottle Podcast, and in honor, because it is still St. Patty's Day week, I guess. In honor of St. Patty's Day, I am, look at that, it's little, if you're watching on video, you'll see Megan, again, like a 5-year-old learning how to use a computer for the first time. I'm having a little concoction using an Irish gin called Glendallow. Glendallow, it's a wild botanical Irish gin. I was super lucky to go to an event for this gin last year, and they took care of sending me home with a bottle, and it is freaking delicious. Also, when I say botanical gin, so gin is usually made of botanicals, some kind of proprietary recipe of botanicals, and I met the young lady from Ireland who is I don't know, what would you call them? The forager, I guess, of the botanicals that go in this gin. I was like, that is kind of a cool job. How do you become a gin botanical forager? So anyway, I'm having some of the Glendallow gin with freshly squeezed lemon juice from my tree at home and a little fizzy water. So I'm going kind of light. I put no simple syrup. This is I would say it's probably like an alcoholic's drink, Megan. Like you'd like your tequila for the pain. I think I'm just not putting any simple syrup so that I can enjoy this for the pain. But it's actually really good. Gin.
Lucky fucking you.
That's right. So spring. Let's talk about St. Patty's Day, Megan, because you and I met up on St. Patty's Day.
I don't remember.
And I know that's the whole point of me asking you, because the next day,
so much Teelings,
so much Teeling Irish whiskey, but it's so good. I would say and I mentioned it on the show last week, but man, I had more of the frozen Irish coffees, but at a couple of different places that were using Teeling in it, and I had one that had like little Lucky Charms on top as a it was so fucking good. Shout out to Foreman's Tavern in Toluca Lake. Oh my gosh, the drinks were so good there. Where else did we go? Went to Arts District Brewery. That was really yummy as well. And then last but not least, Oddfellas. The food at Oddfellas was great. The drinks were great. Oddfellas out in Brentwood. I think there's a couple different locations.
AULD. He's saying Oddfellas, not Oddfellas.
Oddfellas. And speaking of Oddfellas, there was an odd fella at our event that was kind of a fun. I
didn't want to be like that person, so I posted a little bit about it, but I still left it a mystery. I wasn't like, oh my God, guess who it is? I was just like, this is the closest the law will let me to this man, and it's just like a side view of him.
Yeah. It's just a side view of Channing Tatum and what was
it's
this?
just Channing Tatum.
It's just Channing
It's
Tatum.
just Magic
It's
Mike.
just Magic Mike. It's just like the guy that like if I see that picture I'm like, "Ay vey." That's you know what? Thank you, Channing Tatum. That's why there's no simple syrup in this like gin and sparkling water.
Man. And he was wearing like a
lemon
Magic
concoction
Mike outfit, like the sweats that look like they rip off, and like
Really?
Yes, it was just magical.
I've never seen Magic Mike.
Well,
So I've just seen like clips of shirtless dudes, and I'm like, all right. I mean,
it's
I get it.
fantastic. I ran into somebody I work with. We'll say that, and I didn't go to work the next day because first of all, I was hungover, but second of all, I was getting sick. So I skip a day. This person I work with goes to work. We took a few pictures and videos while we were at this event, and I come in and I kid you not, maybe I'm being paranoid, but like I'm walking around and like people are like, "Hey, Megan," like, "Yo, Megan," like people I've never talked to are like smiling and laughing at me. And I was like, did I do something? Did she tell somebody that I did something? What happened? Or is it just that Channing Tatum was there? Because one of the people was like, I heard you ran into Channing Tatum. And I was like, who are you? This girl got around in one day to like 100 employees.
Yeah, I mean, like, is it that big of a deal? I mean, he's a famous dude, but is it like? It's not like you saw Brad Pitt. I don't know. I think of like it's like if you saw George Clooney or Brad Pitt or one of these like super mega superstar people. I don't know. Would that be a bigger deal, or is Channing Tatum a bigger deal?
Pretty big deal. He was in.
I like him. I'm
Deadpool,
not trying to hate on him.
The new Deadpool.
Yeah, I liked him in the 21 Jump Street.
He's great
movies,
in
and
that.
I liked him in Coño, that movie with Daniel Craig where they robbed the racetrack. Lucky something.
Lucky.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That movie's awesome.
I think
where he's a guy who's kind of hard up and he has a daughter and they come up with this crazy like Ocean's 11 caper of robbing a NASCAR track during the race. And Daniel Craig plays like this crazy like hillbilly guy. He's so freaking great in the movie. Who's like an expert, like locksmith or something. I'm trying to remember now, but it was a great movie.
I know that he was just in what's her name's movie, Blink Twice. Who directed that? It was oh my gosh,
Lucky Logan.
Lucky Logan.
That's the name of the friggin' movie.
Okay.
And Adam Driver's in that movie too. It's a great movie.
And then Zoe Kravitz directed Think Twice. It was or Blink Twice. It was that new scary movie where he has like girls on an island and he's a bad guy in it. It's gotten high reviews. Not like you're listening or paying attention, but
I heard that movie is not wonderful.
It's great. I saw it in theaters. It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting getting 75. Who told you it wasn't wonderful?
Folks that I will not disclose.
Said that?
But
I've heard nothing but good things. I liked it a lot.
By the way, I gotta make a correction from last week. If you listened to last week's show, I talked about New Orleans and I talked about the that iconic bar with the frozen Irish coffee. And my friend Heather just gave me shit about it. She told me she was yelling at the radio when she was listening. So it's not. I called it Emily Rose. I think Emily Rose was like a horror movie. It's called the Aaron Rose. Is the name of the bar in New Orleans in the what's it called? The French Quarter.
Gotcha.
I think it's on Bourbon Street. I probably fucked that up too, so you can yell at me again, Heather. But anyway, yeah, it's called the Aaron Rose. That's the place that if you're in New Orleans, you go get yourself that Irish coffee, and you'll be happy as a clam. Anyway.
We were full of mistakes, speaking of clams last week, because I got Lonely Oyster and Found Oyster mixed up.
You know what? It goes to show that we are real human beings, and that zero preparation goes into the show.
Or we should just really dig our heels in and say, "Well, fuck you guys, we're right. Why don't you change it for us?"
I mean, that's what's happening in the world right now anyway. Just make shit up and make people think that it's the truth. But so maybe that, I guess.
Until we get sued.
Until we get sued, yeah. So I was like, the reason I went with this particular drink today is I was trying to stay kind of low maintenance on it, but also, springtime is right around the corner, and I don't know, springtime as far as when I think of bar programs and in cocktail bars or even in restaurants, you start to see a lot of these like spring ingredients popping up in cocktails, like seasoned ingredients, strawberries, rhubarb, elderflower, Right now, my lemons, just because I think we had those rains in LA in the last month and change, man, they're like juicy, delicious lemons right now. Are you into that, Megan, or do you get into that at all? Like seasonal ingredients when do you even look at that when you go out and look at menus?
I'm so glad you asked. I've been.
Are you being facetious or what the fuck, dude?
This is crazy that you're asking me this.
Okay.
Because I know if my football guys are listening, they're going to laugh because I spent like one of the last footballs together with them, like going over my plan and my intentions.
Explain who these football guys are, Megan, so people don't get the wrong idea.
On Sundays when it's football season, I have a group of men that I spend a lot of time with. Yeah. And then I don't see them the rest of the fucking year.
And then she invites me, but she has before.
Yeah.
But I pay for the Sunday ticket, so I don't have to leave my house. But anyway, and I don't want to cry about the Dolphins, like Hootie and the Blowfish. All right.
This year, because I was kind of getting like bored with my same old cooking, I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to do seasonal cooking only. So I like looked up every single month, and while we were watching that day, I like had a notebook and I wrote down like all the vegetables that are good for that season in our area, all the fruits in that area, and then meats. I looked up meats and fish and when they're in season.
That's a great idea.
And I just now have been like, when I don't know what to eat, I'll look at that list and like go across and be like, okay, I need to make something with guava and wild boar and broccoli this week. Let's go crazy. And then I've come up with some really good recipes and some really bad ones.
Well,
but it's been fun because I'm eating seasonal.
So, you always make fun of me when it comes to pork, but, obviously wild boar is a little bit different tasting than pork. But guava and pork are actually flavors that go extremely well together.
I want to do a guava
There's a recipe
glaze.
that I've made. Yeah, I've made a pork, essentially a pork shoulder that you debone it, you roll it out, quote unquote, as flat as you can roll it out, and you line it with guava shells, ham, bacon, so you get all the fat and the savoriness of the ham and the bacon and it's really like a turducken, just with the amount of fucking pork inside of pork with guava, and then you roll that sucker up with the chicharron out, and it becomes this like spectacular dish
seasonal.
Of sweet savory.
And I could do it with boar.
Brilliant.
So, but like you can't see this very well, but like that's what I made. That's a striped sea bass because it was in season, and tangerine or mandarins because they were in season with a curry mandarin sauce, and that's all me. Like
that looks beautiful.
And it was so freaking good, and I was like, wow. And the cilantro is always in season.
Yeah, I mean, we're so spoiled in the modern world because back in the day, literally, you would only have strawberries when they were in season. Mm-hmm. You would only have these things when they were in season. So a lot of times, us as consumers, we're eating things most of the time actually out of season. We don't really know how they actually taste when they're quote unquote fresh or supposed to be in their best time of the year. So I think it's a great idea. That's something maybe even to create on social and share a little seasonal calendar of what's good every month and kind of plan around that. Maybe I like
it's just
really
been fun. So, but you were talking about restaurants. I don't have the time in restaurants to seasonal unless the restaurant does it itself, which a lot of nice restaurants do. Just do seasonal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I was just at Birdie G's the other day, and they were talking about the cocktail program and how that kind of evolves seasonally based on what, it's a restaurant that's aligned with a famous chef. So you figure the bar program, wine, everything has to kind of hit a certain par level. And they were just, explaining like, we look to see what's fresh, we look to see what's going on, and try to integrate that into our drinks. Also, the idea of cutting back on waste.
Yes.
Whether you're juicing something and you want to keep the peels, or you really just needed the lemon peels, so don't throw away those lemons, juice those later kind of thing. Figure out something to do with the entire, kind of like whole hog cooking. Mm-hmm. Figure out what to do with the entire ingredient that you're using, even if it's a vegetable or a fruit.
It's a little hard when you're by yourself and because I don't sometimes have the time to cook every single night. But in that case, I live next to a farmer's market, which is not the case in Colorado, obviously. And so people in the middle of the country, they're going to be like, shut the fuck up, Megan. Like, I get it. But
they say that to you anyway without having to.
I now am next to a farmer's market, and LA at these farmer's market has a compost tent. So I take all of my stuff all the leftover, like the end of an artichoke, the lemon peels, all that, and I put it in a bag and put it in my freezer. And every Sunday, I just walk it downstairs over to this compost bin and drop it off, and that is good too.
Is this the famous market next to your house that has a Havana Club tablecloth on one of the tables I walked by? Like, how the fuck did they get a Havana Club tablecloth?
I don't think it was.
I thought I was the only one.
I don't think it was this one. It was another farmer's market.
Oh no, that was a food. That was the Asian food market.
Yeah, it was the Asian food market, and they did not have any Havana Club rum there at the Asian food. They don't have alcohol at the Asian food. I was like, where the hell did you get this?
Yeah, I have no.
Isn't that weird?
No clue.
No, this is not.
No, yeah, it's like. Okay, so, hold on. I had
free advertisement for Havana Club, though. I mean,
I know, like seriously, free, completely free advertising. All right, so it's so far it's been a few months into 2025, and have you noticed any good or bad dining trends out
not
there?
Yet.
Because I was gonna ask you. I'm a fan. I don't care how basic it is or whatever you want to call it, because people will give me shit for it. I love a good espresso martini. I'm very specific with it, not because I like rum, but I like a really good coffee cocktail. I like coffee and drinks. I just think it tastes really freaking good. Like I was talking about the Aaron Rose Irish coffee, whatever. Are there any trends that you feel need to die right now? Don't make fun of espresso martinis. I will kick you.
I was going to say that. That's what needs to die. Get over it. Like, either have your coffee.
I drink enough of them that my heart's about to shoot out of my chest. So I might die from
alcohol.
one.
All you're doing is, it's one of those upper downer drinks. Why don't you just get a vodka Red Bull and call it a day? Or a Jaeger bomb and call it a day?
I'm not I order it with decaf espresso if they have it, and you'll be surprised how many places will make it for you with decaf espresso, and you get all the flavor of it, but I don't get the jolt.
I don't believe in decaf anything.
Not at 10 in the morning.
I never believe in decaf anything. I do want a trend to start. Let's bring mudslides back everywhere. I want all variations. I want craziness. I want mudslides available with ice cream for dessert at all restaurants, because I want to drink my dessert, but I also want to eat a dessert, and I think it's the perfect. Can we make that trend happen? Mudslides.
I have a confession to make. I don't think I've ever had a mudslide. I've had people order them around me, like at Chili's or Fridays or wherever the hell they made the big giant fish bowl of a mudslide, and I've tasted them. And yeah, it's delicious.
So good.
But I'm like, how at this point? No, but I think at this point, you know how trends come and go, like bell-bottom jeans, mom jeans, whatever. Things come and go.
Kendrick Lamar's still wearing the bell-bottom jeans. I have the same pair.
I don't think. Are they bell-bottom or are they just
were bell-bottom?
He's 5'2", and they just like regular size human
jeans. And then
jeans.
they went out. It made me want to fish in my closet and look for my flared jeans, because I'm back. Kendrick Lamar and I, we're the same person.
You're about the same height, probably. No
mudslides.
How do we elevate the mudslide?
That's what we need to do.
Now?
We need to find one of our bartender friends. We need a challenge. I need the best elevated mudslide around, and that needs to happen. I'm done separating my drinks for dessert. I need them all together in one.
Well, now there is a drink that I have slightly become a fan of. I've only had a handful of them, but it's been one of the moments now as an adult where a flavor that maybe I didn't care for all that much before has been introduced to my life in a different form. And now I was like, this is delicious. So if folks listening, if you don't know, I think Megan does know, I don't care for mint chocolate chip anything.
I don't.
It's just, to me, it tastes like toothpaste. It's kind of gross to me. But Birdie G's, I hate to mention it again, they have a cocktail on the menu. It's called a grasshopper.
Yep.
It's a famous cocktail, but their grasshopper is a freaking mint chocolate milkshake.
I bet that's good.
With booze. It is so fucking good.
I love it.
And then it comes with a mint house made Oreo cookie kind of thing to dunk in it. It is like crack.
Okay.
It is so fucking. I can't drink a whole one just because it's super heavy. But it's like the perfect drink to have as a dessert cocktail that maybe you share with somebody else and kind of indulge. Maybe I want one more cookie, so we can each have our own little donkey cookie.
It's the year of dessert cocktails. I'm in, because we're all depressed. This year started out really rough, and I think we just need to drink and eat our pain away, and why not do it at the same time? That's what we're going to make this trend happen.
And I I kind of hate myself for it, but tell me if you see the parallels in this. Is the espresso martini the pumpkin spice latte of cocktails? Why?
Why? Because it's, well, I guess it's not seasonal, but it just, because it's that kind of girl kind of drink. Sorry, Eddie.
Or that kind of guy.
It's
Listen,
the same
you
girls
make me-
who get so excited for pumpkin spice lattes every year. Is the same type of person.
Look, I will take the Pepsi challenge with anybody to make an espresso martini and use some kind of aged spirit. I just prefer it with rum. I've also had it with Repo tequila. Anything over vodka in the espresso martini, and it is a game changer. It will just, I don't know, it'll make you crave it, because I genuinely crave that stupid fucking drink, and I crave carajillos as well, and I don't know why, but I just find this kind of beautiful marriage of those flavors. Okay, so it kind of is like the basic chick.
Yes,
Like I'm
the
having
basic
an espresso
bitch.
martini.
Yes.
Let me do a little hand heart in the
It
sunset
used to be
with my
Cosmos,
espresso.
and now it's espresso martinis.
Oh man, but Cosmos are delicious. I don't
you
care what
and
anybody
Carrie
says. There's a
Bradshaw.
reason why those. There's a reason why those drinks were so popular. I'm sorry, they're great. Like they have their moment, they have their time, their place. What is the worst? I'll tell you what I think it is, but I was going to ask you, what is the worst date cocktail to order on a first date?
Probably what I get. Well, vodka soda.
I don't know. Really?
Yeah,
Is
it
that
just
the worst
doesn't seem very
cocktail?
classy. Like if you want to leave an impression,
Well-
like maybe I'll get an old fashioned. That seems like a like I know what I'm talking about drink rather than a vodka soda. I don't know.
I gotta go with the Long Island iced tea.
Oh yeah, that or
because that
or-
is that.
What are the blue one? Is that the
you
blue
imagine?
one? No, the
No, the Long Island iced tea is like a fucking gazillion.
Yeah.
You see them make it, and the bartender
It's the
grabs
4.
bottles with
I
all their
know.
fingers, and they're
That's
like,
why they have those. It's the first 4 in your wells, and you grab it, and
Yeah.
you just do this and do the full counts for
And-
all 4 of them. Top it with some sour
is-
and some Coke or whatever.
I can't imagine going on a first date and ordering. Like, if I saw somebody order that on a first date, that tells me so much about that
okay,
human
I
being.
was thinking about an adios motherfucker.
Oh, that's blue.
That
yeah,
one. Those
Oh,
two. You're done.
I remember. Oh my god, I remember. Oh, so many moons ago at the Saddle Ranch at Universal Studios. I don't even know if it's there anymore. Saddle Ranch, guys, is a famous bar on the Sunset Strip that has like bull riding. It's like a cowboy bar in the middle of the Sunset Strip. It's kind of a trip. It is fun. Saddle Ranch is fun, but there used to be one. I don't think it's there anymore. That's how long it's been since I go to Universal Studios. But there used to be one in Universal City here in Los Angeles, and it was this big mega Saddle Ranch, and they had the most spectacular karaoke ever. Because you got to imagine there must have been 400 people in that venue, so it really felt like you were singing in a concert. And you if you got lucky, you got called up like once a day, or once a night. And I had like 2 of those adios motherfuckers, and I got up there and I sang. I think I sang "With or Without You" by
Oh my
U2,
God.
and I was so out of it, so gone. I couldn't read the screen; it was blurred out. I know the words; I was blacked out. I was like, I made it home. I'm here.
Yeah.
No, that was probably like 19 years ago, 18 years ago when I moved to LA. I'm here. But yeah, adios, motherfucker. I forgot about that drink. Ugh, that is so vile.
Hold on. Eddie's
So,
got to
guys,
entertain
if-
for a second because I have
Yeah.
something I dropped. Hold on.
If the adios motherfucker, guys, is a drink that looks like toilet bowl water. Yeah, it's what it looks like. It looks like blue toilet bowl water that somebody shook over ice. And I was telling them, Megan, that the adios motherfucker looks like blue toilet bowl water. And it's actually blue toilet bowl water is probably healthier for you than what's inside of the adios MF.
I think so.
That was just gonna. I think so. It's kind of going to ruin
Anything that color is not
everything.
natural. If we're talking about seasonal,
No.
just to bring it back around, that is anti-seasonal going into your body.
Yeah, that's the fake tits of cocktails.
That's
is
the other
adios
trend.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Then, seasonal
Uh-huh.
ingredients in cocktails. Do you know somebody that does that around us?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just mentioning Birdie G's as an example, but they're a spot that their menu changes seasonally, and they're gonna use seasonal ingredients in their cocktails. You know, whether they make which this has nothing to do with seasonal, but they'll make a house made verbena, which was so cool. I had a drink there this week that had a house-made verbena syrup, and I'm like, that is such a pleasant and fun flavor, and I want to say that's probably seasonal right now. It seems like spring flowers, that's something that's going to be popping out of the ground right now. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, no, there's definitely trends. I wouldn't say go into a dive bar and expect them to have a seasonal
What's your seasonal?
cocktail list.
What's in season right now for you?
What's your seasonal
Buffalo
well
Wild
tequila?
Wings?
Oh,
They're like,
I'm
our
surprised
seasonal
Buffalo
drink
Wild
is
Wings
adios, motherfucker.
hasn't. Buffalo Wild Wings needs to get on this trend because let me tell you, they have all these great sauces, right?
Right.
And why not do some kind of an infusion of those sauces or a version of one of those sauces and make like a savory martini?
I don't know what
I had
they're
a sour
doing.
cream and
I don't know
onions
who's repping
martini the other
them.
day. It was so good. A freaking sour cream and onion
That
martini
sounds great.
that I had.
Yeah,
It was
that
delicious.
sounds amazing.
It was freaking delicious. But it's just one of those things I was like,
Buffalo
oh,
Wild
okay.
Wings. They paid for Kelsey to do a bunch of advertising, but I've just felt like they've just been like, I don't know who's in charge, but someone needs to get them back on the trend because I don't even go there anymore. And that used to be my entire life was representing Buffalo Wild. Buffalo Wild Wings was slid into my DMs. Corporate did.
So I looked up some of the most disgusting cocktails, and I have one that stuck out to me. So
I don't know if I'm ready.
tell me if you... All right. There's a drink that is called the smoker's cough.
I'm ready.
All
I'm
right.
ready. I'm in. I like it.
It has two ingredients. One of them I actually don't mind. I know it's people can be on the fence about it. One of them is Jaeger. I don't mind
Love
Jaeger.
it.
I actually I like really there's a when you have those like ice cold Jaeger machines where they have the bottle flipped upside down and it's like in like a cooled machine. I love that stuff. I'll sip. I won't do it like a
I
shot.
used
I'll
to
sip
have
on it
one
because I actually
of
like
those.
I like the way it tastes. And the second ingredient is what is the most disgusting thing ever. It is mayonnaise.
Nope.
Jaeger.
No.
A smoker's cough
No.
is Jaeger and mayonnaise.
Gross.
Yes.
No.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking about this today, and I wrote it down because I wanted to ask you the exact question.
No, I'm still
and I think I'm going to ask
throwing
this.
up. Hold on.
It's the perfect time for this. I want to start asking this to every single one of our guests because I'm really curious who's going to answer what. So, what is one? If you could pick one thing, okay, that you could eat as much of it as you want, and it would not affect your health. Something that normally would not be very good for you, food-wise, but you can pick one thing. God's like, you know what? You can have this one thing and eat as much of it as you want, and it's not going to hurt you at all. What would that be?
Steak fat.
Steak fat? Yeah. Any like ribeye, New York
like
strip,
crisped
anything?
and burnt a little bit, and like just steak fat.
So you'd walk around with like a metal bowl of steak
Well,
fat
I just,
and
like-
just like watch like
no,
popcorn?
I would enjoy
like, you
just
know, like
not
at the movies?
setting it aside on my plate and not being judged for
Oh.
like chewing on it and wanting it.
So I have blood work coming up soon, and I am it could be a really great surprise that there's nothing off, but considering the amount of steak fat that I consume on the regular, I have a feeling that my blood type is gonna be like bolognese. You know, that's what
I
I
love steak
have
fat.
a feeling. Yeah.
But I'll chew
Um,
on it and then
I
spit
was-
it out. I know that's not, but it's only when I'm by myself. You know, I'll just get the flavor out and then spit it out in the trash can because I'm trying to be good. I know. I just want to down it. It's so good, especially when you cook a steak right.
See, that's why I can't wait to ask anybody and everybody this question because for me it'd be chocolate chip cookies, like Levain chocolate chip
Okay.
cookies. If I could just go to Levain and order like 2 or 3 cookies and take them with me, like sneak them into the movie theater, you know,
Yeah.
and then you get like the melty chocolate finger hands while you're watching the movie, and I could eat 3 of these fucking hockey puck sized cookies at the movie and not hate myself and feel disgusted with myself and just know that my pancreas is like giving me double middle
Oh,
fingers
yeah.
as I'm eating it. I think I would be in heaven.
Yeah.
Without having to die and go to heaven for me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, chocolate chip cookies. I used
Butter.
to confession
Drinking butter. Like really good butter.
No, but I don't get excited about drinking
Oh, I
butter.
do.
Like I get excited about chocolate chip cookies. Like, you know, like
I just-
mind you, I could
want
drink that
piles
drawn
and
butter at the
piles
lobster
of
place.
Really good snow crab and just miles of butter. I just want to swim in it.
Well, they oh man, it was so when I was in my like as a teenager, I used to go to the movie theater in this area in Miami called Coconut Grove, and Coconut Grove had a really nice AMC movie theater, and I can think of like the iconic movies that I saw there as a kid: Jurassic Park, Pulp Fiction. These are movies that I remember going to see them there at the theater. Right around the corner was a Fuddruckers, and Fuddruckers had some of my favorite chocolate chip cookies ever. And you can get a dozen chocolate chip cookies from Fuddruckers for something like $6.
God, they're burgers.
And they were like chunky. Oh, I used to love Fuddruckers. It was like a family outing for us.
It was only when we like had swim meets out of town in like Nebraska or Arizona or someplace that only had Fuddruckers. There was not any in Colorado. Oh,
there used to be a Fuddruckers in downtown Burbank. It's gone. But I used to, when I still played baseball and I was still super constantly doing athletic stuff, would buy the dozen cookies in like ASMR crumpled up like paper bag, and I would try to, I would. It's the worst ASMR. I would like try to. I don't remember how I would get them into the movie theater because it's Miami. It's not like I ever wore a jacket.
Right.
It's always fucking hot and humid. But somehow I would either walk in and like put them on one side and give the ticket stub on the other side, or whatever. I would sneak them in, and I would plow through a dozen cookies within the first 45 minutes of the movie and be wanting and yearning for more fucking cookies.
Yeah.
That's how much of a disgusting, vile... I'm surprised I'm not on... Sorry, people, I don't think you're disgusting and vile, but I'm surprised I'm not on my 600-pound life with Dr. Now like yelling at me, telling me that, I have to do the work and that I have to do all of the Dr. Now things.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty disgusting.
I'm pretty sure that question will also determine who's savory and sweet people.
Yeah. And, we know you're such a sweet human being, Megan.
I'm not. I got a heart out.
I know you're not.
People want me.
Oh, you got people wanting you. Oh, well, hey now. All right. On that note, guys. So please like, rate, review, subscribe. Kill the Bottle Podcast. We will be back next week. Do not be bashful. Send us a comment. Send us an email. Megan's coming back to say bye.
I want to say bye.
And Megan does want to say bye. So Megan,
is that all? Did you say the byes? Goodbye.
I did say the byes.
As people read by.
All right.
Sorry. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.